कटाक्षकिरणा चान्त नमन्मोहातये नमः अनन्तानन्द कृष्णाय जगन्मङ्गलमूर्तये अहमस्मि सदा भामि कदाचिन्नाहमप्रियः ब्रह्मैवाहमतः सिद्धं सच्चिदानन्दलक्ष्यम्. Go to chapter 2, the Bhagavad Gita. Today we try and complete to verse number 52 or 53. We have entered with the coming of Dakshinayana. We enter a very significant phase of our spiritual progress. The first 6 months of the year, you can devote to the first three tiers: physical, emotional, and financial. The fourth tier, the spiritual tier, to sustain and increase your stamina in the Dakshinayana, so that when Uttarayan comes again, when the heat comes, you are ready for it. And Dakshinayana is the first important festival in Dakshinayana we celebrate is Guru Purnima. Significance of the Guru in our lives. One who validates your very existence. Soon after that, we have Janmashtami, Sri Krishna Jayanti. I would like to call it Sri Krishna Jayanti, not just Janmashtami. I would like to call it Sri Krishna Jayanti. The Guru, Narayanena Swayam, in the form of Krishna, gave us the Bhagavad Gita, which is Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidya is the knowledge of absolute reality. Yoga Shastra is how to live a life intelligently, abiding and being alive to those realities. It's an undergraduate course. And all of us, without exception, must do this course. There is no way out. You can do, post-graduation, you can decide to do or not to do. But undergraduate, all of us must do. Then comes a very unique festival, Vinayaka Chaturthi. I would like to call this as Ganesha Utsav. Let's not just call it Chaturthi, Ashtami and things like that. Let's call it Ganesha Utsav. And what does this festival do for us? He is a Vighna Nashaka. He removes all obstacles. अर्थक काम धर्म obstacles तो दो की बात है, वो तो हो ही जाए. He removes the primary obstacle for study of Vedanta. That is why he is Vighna Nashaka. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Be with me all the time. In not just Artha Kama, but especially Artha Kama, the pursuit of pleasure, the pursuit of security, the pursuit of entertainment, the pursuit of a certain well-being, an ethical well-being dharma, are all fraught with a lot of pressures. And they are the means to prepare me for moksha. And Vinayaka removes all obstacles. We have studied once in the past, but I would like to repeat. 3 kinds of obstacles in our lives. Adi Daivika. It rains and rains, or there's an earthquake, there's a tsunami, a volcano exploding. Anything can happen. Adi Daivika. From natural forces, we could have disturbances, obstacles, vignam, which can prevent us from study. Then we have Adi Bhautika, the disturbances coming from the bhutas. Bhuta means not monstrous bhutas, these kind of bhutas, sitting across each other. Just as you are sitting and studying, somebody will call you. There's a phone buzzing. Calls out. There's a town crier. There's somebody selling something. There's somebody peddling something. And you have steam digesters going off. You have the pressure cooker, the what you call mixies. Everything is meant to create noise. They are called Adi Bhautika obstacles. The third level of disturbance is the most difficult to handle. That is called Adhyatma, that which comes from inside. They are the most difficult obstacles to handle. And when we talk about disturbances inside, what is the major disturbance? Everybody says this will happen, that will happen, I will get moksha. So, will I get moksha? Am I eligible for moksha? I'm such a great papi. Guilt. One. Adhyatmika, inside, obstacle. Then the another problem. I started too late in life. I should have started when I was young. I have started after retirement. I can't even sit properly. I can't concentrate. Why should I start late? Second Vignam. Third Vignam, internal Vignam, which Adi Shankara, the Bhajagovindam says, a very beautiful verse there. He says, Balaha tavat krida saktaha. When I'm a child, I'm playful. Tarunas tavat taruni saktaha. As a taruna, as a grown-up person, as a fellow full of testosterone and things like that inside, I am after that which will give me outlets and pleasures. Tarunas tavat taruni saktaha. So taruni savat taruna saktaha. Don't say it is male-oriented and things like that. Now comes the third step. He said after retirement we will start. Today I have retired. 31st August somebody has retired. 30th September somebody is going to retire. You have retired, you've got a fat PF balance check, all accounts settled. You will get a hefty pension. Everything, your house is taken care of. Your children are all well settled. You should be able to study. So he said, Vriddhastavat chinta saktaha. Chinta takes over. I must relate it to a beautiful doha quoted by a poet from Akbar's court. His name is Rahim. He said, Chitta se chinta is more dangerous. Okay? Because Chitta burns the dead. Okay. Chitta निर्जीव को आग लगाती है. चिंता दहती जीवकई. Even as you are alive, Chinta burns you up. So, our prayer to Vigneshwara, he is not only a Vigna Nashaka, he is a Vigneshwara. And Vigneshwara, our prayer to him on this is Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarva. That's why it's to be called Ganesha Utsava. At some point of our time in our life, we have got Viveka, that we will pursue Atma Jnanam. Or at least something called Atma Jnanam, I will try. 5:30, I will try and log in. Not just depend only on tapes. I will try to log. So these are the three types of Vignas, Ganesha. Festivals are not over, the festivals just start. See, there is a very beautiful festival, I mean, the Utsav, the Ganesh Utsav, you should see in your lifetime once in Maharashtra. Not in any other place, once in Maharashtra. 14 days from now, they will have what is not 14 days from now. How many days? So today is Chaturthi. 10 days from now, you will have what is called Ananta Chaturdashi. Okay? The Avahana that you did of the Ganesha Murti, be very careful. I don't call it an idol. I don't use word idols. We never worship idols. If anybody comes and tells you, you Hindu worship idols, you say, Aapko Mubarak ho, idol worship. We don't idol worship. Idol worship is idol worship. We don't do that. We worship Vigraha. In that Murti, in that Pratima, I've invoked my Ganesha. I've invoked my Vigneshwara, who's going to destroy my obstacle. That's my vision of Ishvara. So, I do Ananta Chaturdashi celebration. On that day, the Vigraha Visarjan is done. See, this is a very beautiful, absolutely, I get goosebumps when I talk about it. Something absolutely beautiful about it. Today, you are doing Avahana. You say, Asmin Haridra Bimbe Mahaganapatim Avahayami. In that lump of turmeric, I've invoked Ganesha. And to him, now he is no longer a lump of turmeric for me. He is Ganesha. Lambodharaya Namaha, Atsmikaya Namaha, Ekadantaya Namaha, Vignanashakaya Namaha. All the puja, arati, dhuparati, deeparati, nevedya, karpura, nirajana, everything I've done. Mantra, pushpam, pradakshina, everything I've done. And I'm supposed to do it for 10 days, okay? Supposed to do it for 10 days. And on the Ananta Chaturdashi day, this Vigraha, this Murti, I respectfully do Visarjan. The Murti is dissolved. Ganesha has come and resided in me. Ganesha is aage andar. From here, I put him outside for the sake of 10 days. I've taken him back inside. I've recharged my system. Murti, God. The Murti continues to be so precious that that lump of turmeric, I won't put in sambar and dal and consume it. I will Visarjan. I'll do Visarjan to that. It doesn't end. Soon after that, there will be a Purnima. There's a Purnima coming immediately after this. It is called Nariyal Purnima. You should go to Maharashtra to see all that. They'll float whole coconuts with a lamp on top on living water bodies. Living water body is a flowing river, okay? It's a living water body. Following that, you have another lovely festival company coming in, Navaratri. The Navaratri, Mahishasura has presented himself. Mahishasura is Mahisha, is a buffalo. Stands for tamas, which clouds your thinking. And Durga Devi, your Kriya Shakti, comes out and does Samhara. We should be very careful about the use of all these terms. In English, they would write, Durga Devi comes and slays Mahishasura. We don't have any slaying business at all. The Mahishasura, she has to come and slay a demon. What she can wish, she has to come and slay and do dance and all this. It doesn't work like that. From Ishvara's Srishti, ignorance and desires have come up so strongly in spite of Guru, in spite of Krishna, in spite of Ganesha. This has come out again. And Durga Devi appears and does Samhara. Samhara means she dissolves. She doesn't slay. There is no slaying. If somebody says violent God is another chodo, that's the level of maturity they have. My God is so peaceful. Your gods are so violent. Your gods are so violent. Your gods have an elephant head. Glory of my culture. I can visualize. The power of visualization. I can visualize an elephant head on a human body, and it becomes worshipful for me. And this Ganesha has a Vahana, as a mouse. What a visualization! Rather than come and glorify my limbic brain, which has been able to visualize such glorious details, you come and tell me you people worship. I don't worship rats. I'm telling you, rat race is not on. I don't worship rats. For me, a mouse is Srishti. And if I leave the mouse where it is, it will not come and do any damage. If I throw food particle all over the drain and this one, mouse will come. If I don't throw food particles, the mouse will come. It tells you, if you live your life clean, these critters won't come. It is not that, don't ask a question, how can an elephant sit on a mouse? These are ridiculous questions. They have been born out of an imbecile mind, and that which is not developed beyond the first 10 days of conception. What kind of mind is this? It doesn't work. Then we have Mahishasura. Mahishasura Samhara. After that, we have one more puja coming in. That is Kali Puja. Kali Puja is invoking nature in her raw form. I am not running away. My vision is not seeing only the pleasant and running away from what I conceive as unpleasant. I am able to, it is not a, please don't use words like terrible form and things like that. It is nature in its raw form. I don't know if any one of you, if you don't have, please go when they have announced a storm or a cyclonic storm. Okay? Please go on a small holiday to a place in Andhra Pradesh called Machilipattanam. Or go further down to Orissa, in one of those villages. Dig a trench, have gear and proper, sit there for 3 days. See the damage wrought by nature. Look at the trees flying. This nature in its raw form. When nature in its raw form, you have nothing to do. Even Paramashiva has to lie down. It's a beautiful expression. The festivals which start in Guru Purnima come to a glorious end. With our Kali Puja, they are meant to invoke you, nothing else but wonder, oh my God, do I belong to this culture? Am I not fortunate to belong to this culture which helps me inquire? There is no God-fearing Hindu at all. If somebody says, I am a God-fearing person, oh my God, I say, I fear this God-fearing person. I am not a God-fearing person. Why should I fear God? I'm a person to whom God reveals himself. And I don't even like the expression God. For want of any other English word, I use God. For me, the favorite expression is Ishvara. Parameshwara. Vigneshwara. What love. Even a person who tests you is Shanishwara. He just gives you a couple. There's an excellent expression in Bombay. When you go into the Bombay train, Shanishwara wo koni marega ek baar from this side into your ribs. He'll bring you down to earth. You may be chief executive of a big firm. Koni mara kisi ne in that what's that complex? Bandra Kurla station. Try to get into the train there. Going to Swarga is easier. It's a lovely culture. We have so many shortcomings, okay? India has so many shortcomings. But it has, not India, Bharat Mata has something which helps you look at your vision It gives you a vision. You can look at the whole creation with wonder. You can say, oh my God. We can also try to understand that creation. Understand that creation. Where does it finally take you? I am that creation. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. The Guru says, Tat Tvam Asi. I say, oh my God, Aham Brahmasmi. What a culture. What culture we are born into. And then we come back to Uttarayan. After having all this knowledge, you have to live your life properly again. No running away. No, I am Brahmasmi, so I can do what? Do what? You have to face you have to go to Bandra, Kurla and boat trains again. Reality. Be alive to reality. What a vision. This is how it is. And we are fortunate to be born in the system. That's why our morning prayers start with, Hey Janani, Hey Tata, thank you for giving me the system. Hey Guru, for validating my existence. If these three are taken care of, Devam is taken care of. You go to, see, imagine all four are seated and you go to last to Devam, Devam say, "Theek hai, unko kiya, mere ko chhod." So it is like that. What a culture. We are born in such a rich culture. Very, very. When you think of this culture, we should look at the good fortune into which we are blessed with. We start chanting the Bhagavad Gita. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. I'm going to take you to verse number 49. From 49 we chant. Dure Nahyavaram Karma. Dure Nahyavaram Karma. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Whole line. Dure Nahyavaram Karma. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Buddhau Sharanaman Vichya. Buddhau Sharanaman Vichya. Kripana Phalahetabaha. Kripana Phalahetabaha. Whole line. Buddhau Sharanaman Vichya. Kripana Phalahetabaha. Whole verse. Dure Nahyavaram Karma. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Buddhau Sharanaman Vichya. Kripana Phalahetabaha. Next one. Buddhi Yukto Jahati hai. Buddhi Yukto Jahati hai. Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite. Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite. Whole line. Buddhi Yukto Jahati hai. Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite. Tasmat Yogaya Yujjasva. Tasmat Yogaya Yujjasva. Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. Whole line. Tasmat Yogaya Yujjasva. Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. Whole verse. Buddhi Yukto Jahati hai. Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite. Tasmat Yogaya Yujjasva. Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. Okay, verse number 51. We're going to start this verse today. First one. So we'll do it slowly so that we get the essentials of chanting of this verse. Karma jam buddhi yuktahi. Karma jam buddhi yuktahi. Karma jam buddhi yuktahi. Halam Tyaktva Manishina. Halam Tyaktva Manishina. Halam Tyaktva Manishina. Whole line. Karma Jam Buddhi Yuktahi. Halam Tyaktva Manishina. Karma Jam Buddhi Yuktahi. Halam Tyaktva Manishina. Janma Bandha Vinirmuktaha. Janma Bandha Vinirmuktaha. Janma Bandha Vinirmuktaha. Padam Gacchantya Namayam. Padam Gacchantya Namayam. Padam Gacchantya Namayam. Whole line. Janma Bandha Vinirmuktaha. Phalam gacchantya Janma karma vinirmuktaha padam gacchantya namayam. Full verse. Karma jam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantya namayam. Once more. Karma jam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyaktva manishinaha जन्म जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. We will try and do two more. That is 52 and 53. With that, I would have concluded a very unique subject which I will try and conclude today. See, let's be very clear about what is our subject matter of study. Why study Bhagavad Gita? And what have we studied so far? There is something called Simha Avalokana Nyaya. I don't know whether lions do that, but there is one Nyaya Shastra in which is said. Simha Avalokana Nyaya. They say the lion, walks. And after a point of time, it turns its head wildly back. All this glowing, flowing manes and things like that. It looks at the distance it has traveled. I've traveled this far. Then looks ahead, goes. It's called Simha Avalokana Nyaya. So you have to once in a while look back and see what have we learned so far. What is our takeaway? Is it Kan Pavitra Karna? Then your ears will get punya. Okay. Nothing will happen to you. It's very, very important. We have to understand. We have very clearly understood. I'm saying we have understood 7 important subjects in these verse number 11 to verse number 53, which I will take you through today. We will understand these 7 subjects. Achhi tarah, nas mein utar jao. Get into your system. If somebody pinches you and said, what have you learned from Bhagavad? 7, go back to school. That's how it should be. So what is the first lesson you learned? Yeah, first lesson. Panditaha na anusochanti. The wise people do not grieve. And you are a wise person. The wise do not grieve. The wise do not grieve, meaning they have pleasant and unpleasant experiences. The unpleasant experiences give them pain, but they are not sorrowful. Pain is inevitable. Sorrow and suffering is optional. First lesson we all learned so far. Okay, what is that? Panditaha na anusochanti. The wise don't grieve. Because asochan, anvasocha, from grief is illegitimate. It doesn't belong to you, the subject. It belongs to idam, the object. Lesson number 1 we learned. Is it so? If grief is, if I should not grieve, I find myself grieving, what should I do? Lesson number 2, Viveka. What Viveka? Atma Viveka. Atma Viveka means being alive to realities. What are the realities? Absolute reality, transactional reality, and subjective reality. Being alive to realities. Okay? Atma, Anatma, Viveka. You should know the difference between Atma, absolute reality, transactional reality, pratibhasika reality. Second lesson. Third, more, all of them are equally important. I'll say more important, less important. All are important lessons. The third important lesson we have learned is Dharma, Adharma, Viveka. When you are alive to realities and when you want to abide by realities, you have to know what is proper and what is not proper. So dharma, adharma, viveka. What is adharma? Adharma means what is not proper. It is simply not done. If you do, conflict. If you want to live a life free from conflicts, don't enter into sadhana. No entry में गाड़ी लेके जाना ही नहीं है. No parking में गाड़ी park करना ही नहीं है. Then somebody will put a lock there and you will plead him, sir. बिना license के गाड़ी चलाना नहीं है. Don't go outside without mask, sanitizer, social distancing. Vaccinate 2 shots. This is what is proper, what is improper, what is not proper. Dharma, adharma, viveka. And Sarah says, you don't know my problems. This is the problem. The moment I come to these 3, a lot of people will come to me. Sir, bahut acha hai, sir. Excellent, sir. The other day, somebody called me and said, I'm going to have a hairstyle like those munis and things like that. You only have to change your clothes. I said, no, I have no intention of changing these clothes. It will remain white and colorful and red. No intention of it. I don't have the intention of doing any kind of vesha bhusha. I don't intend to do that. This I had to cut it up. Bahut badh gaya tha. I said, sir, you're looking like a monk and all these problems. But sir, what happens is, what you're saying is neither practical nor possible. Another fellow calls and says, sir, very, very possible, sir, but not practical. I am working. I'm the CEO of a company. And my life is full of MBBS. MBBS I've explained to people. Okay, no reflection on the real MBBS, okay? Miserable, boring, burdensome struggle. That is the life of many a CAO, CFO. They are in a rat race, and at the end of the race, they remain a rat. And there is a cat waiting somewhere there to consume them. No relief. So, sir, not practical, sir. The third fellow says, sir, practical and possible, sir, but not applicable to me, sir. I am a unique Janma, One in India, out of 1 in 130 crores. World population, maybe I am one a unique fellow. I said, what is a unique fellow doing outside? I have a place for you, Madras 10, bed number 10. What are you doing outside? One fellow agrees. For him, for that one person who says, sir, then how do I make it work? The teacher comes and says, live intelligently. Understand the economics of action and results. Understand the economics of actions and results. Actions will produce results. There will be outcomes. Outcomes will be 4 types. Be aware of that. Karma Yoga Upadesha. Just explaining the economics of action and results. You have an action, there will be an outcome. Outcome will be pleasant or unpleasant. Based on that, there will be further action. Pleasant, unpleasant. Manageably unpleasant, sometimes big. All this is possible. This is called Karma Yoga Upadesha. Then, 5th point. 5th point is, having known Karma Yoga Upadesha, here the teacher stays one step further. He gives you something very special, which is available only in Bhagavad Gita. The teacher gives you a Karma Yoga Pratigya. He says, you do Karma Yoga, it will never fail you. Unlike other actions and their outcomes. In other actions, they can be so-called failures. They can also be Pratyavaya Dosha, adverse results. It's also possible. But I am assuring you, Karma Yoga Pratigya, na iha abhikrama nasha asti pratyavayona vidyate. It will neither go waste, neither will it give you adverse results. Kahan milta hai? Where does it guarantee you? Anywhere else. Some says, if you are faithful to me, you can have bread and wine with me. Varna jao yaar sado kahin. This fellow says, Swalpamasya. Okay, if you do a small effort, Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Itna sa effort, and I'll give you that. This is called Karma Yoga Pratigya. Comes 6. Okay, acha Karma Yoga to samajh mein aa gaya. How do I function? How do I live intelligently? I know to live. It is after the event that I am intelligent, never before the event. All of us are very intelligent people when it comes to others or when it comes to my past. I knew I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. So how to be intelligent? Jivan eva, functioning while. That is called Karma Yoga Swarupa. I have given you Upadesha. He will give you Karma Yoga Pratigya. Then he gives you Karma Yoga Swarupa. How does it work? And the last, with verse number 53, the teacher has completed a major subject. In fact, Vedanta Upadesha is over in verse number 53. Such a powerful teaching kahin hai nahi. I'm not just what you call marketing for people joining all these and things like that. It's for you to find out yourself. Or for finding out yourself, I'll tell you what to do. Okay? It's all Anyonya Asraya. You have to go to a guru, be regular, attend his classes and things like that. Okay. And the 7th is Karma Yoga Phala. If you live intelligently, what is the phalam? Quick 3-step process. This is the 7th step. Then I'm going to give you a 3-step process. Okay. You realize you have to. The moment of reckoning tells you, Asochan, grief is not a valid emotion. Grief. Aham dukhi is not valid. If I hit my hand or elbow this afternoon somewhere, that pain is theek. That is called Shochya. And next I just went somewhere and I wanted to have a wash just before the class. My over enthusiasm, I don't know, I was singing a song or something. Ganapati Papa Moria, my right hand hit somewhere and all over the body I saw my grandmother and all her relatives and all those people. Pain is okay, but sorrow is not okay. Suppose I say I did Ganapati's name, see what Ganapati has given me problem. So, Ashochan. Grief is illegitimate. Why is it illegitimate? You have to know it is illegitimate. It has come out of ignorance. And you need jnana to be free from ignorance. First is Asochan. Second is moksha. Moksha comes from jnanam. 2. What is the third one? For jnanam to come, this instrument of knowing, the cognitive process to work, you should have jnana yogyata prapti aur kuch hai nahi. Ignorance, the solution for ignorance is jnanam. If you have jnanam, you will get moksha. And for you to get jnanam, jnana yogyata prapti. That's all. Baki sab, baat ki baat. Essential 3. Bhagavad Gita is this. Jnana yogyata prapti. So with this, let's have this clear understanding. Let nobody shake you. Tanik na ho idhar udhar. Remember that. Idhar udhar nahi hone ka. Focus on this. There are so many practices which take you idhar udhar. But if this is clear, that focus will work. If this is not clear, that focus will take you idhar udhar. Tanik naho. It's a lovely song. I once heard a song. It was nice. The words come there. Tanik naho idhar udhar. Nice song. The words are also very beautifully made. Ravindra Jain composition. I don't know what the rest of the song is, but this word is nice. Okay. Nice word. No? Tanik naho. Idhar udhar nahi hone ka. It should be on track. Tanik naho idhar udhar. Lovely song. Lovely song. Bring it into your life. That is called Bhagavad Gita coming into my life. And for me, Bhagavad Gita is Amba, Mother, Anusandadhami, Bhagavad Gita, Bhavadveshini. You will free me from this mental slavery, fear, insecurity. If you are objective, in the morning sessions, we do a session for getting objectivity. If you can be objective, have that objective mind. Okay. Probe insecurity. I tell you, it can be terrifying. Have you ever tried to probe your insecurity? The system is so made that if you started probing your insecurity much early in life, either you will go mad or you wouldn't know what to do. So system insulates it by pushing all the muck under your subconscious.